happens when we're coming off the high of Alp.
I am now recording, so...
No, don't say that. Don't
Boy
say
is now
that.
awake. Boy is now awake.
You
Boy
woke
woke
him up.
You woke
Oh,
the boy.
He's
no!
going back to sleep. It's fine. Look.
Oh my god.
Instant.
Did she push a button on him and make him go back to sleep?
Oh my god.
God.
So,
Small.
does anyone want to try to give a more detailed recap?
No, I was not here.
Shit.
I also was not here.
We spent basically all of our upper level spell slots doing sendings back and forth to Inouye. And we got and then discovered that she was not able to give us a course of action because multiple factors.
Or it's unwilling to.
I'm gonna go with was unable to because, you know, trauma and fear of involving people who are we got very down in the weeds, got the name of a contact who I hope someone else has easily.
Shuguro Hirokichi, I think?
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay, thank you.
We got the name of that contact. Yes. I checked from the day that the tapestry was actually still in the tomb. But also very possibly the day once Walsh killed, which, you know what, fair enough, have a nice day, we might fulfill that too.
I think we legally have to. I mean, we must, right? We must kill him.
We kind of have to now, you know?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, some of us really want to as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but now it's a moral obligation, so that makes it okay.
I mean, Nagi doesn't want to. She's never killed a man before, but Jamie wants to.
Fair.
And we decided that we're gonna go talk to dude. Well, some people go with Nagi and work on the phone because we're gonna kidnap a child.
Woo! Stealing children.
So wait, what needs to be done at the
fine.
tunnel? What needs to be done at the tunnel though? Just clear up the entrance, or?
Yeah, we need a way into the tunnel. Baby woke up.
Baby man.
Baby.
Oh.
Where's he going?
And
Lap.
And earthbending might be able to actually create us a way in.
Yeah, I know.
Baby.
It might want to and Aki. If Julius wants to try and get them to agree.
He'll talk to them, but who knows how they're doing with the whole situation, so he doesn't really want to get people involved from his side too much.
That's a feline.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, was the hint of the stone fountain brought up at all? Because there was if we wanted to relay any information, that was the person or the place we're supposed to meet, which I assume is the marble fountain because that was mentioned with Ravenna before. So
yeah. TK, you have a baby on you.
I do.
I'm gonna make him bigger. His leggy spread so far. Oh. My boy's just
Stick his leggy out real far.
Sticks the leggy out real far.
Alrighty.
Show the leggy.
So the sun rises on the 38th day of the second month. The city is 4 days out from the beginning of the largest festival of the year. The logistics planning has all come and gone. At this point, it's too late to turn back now, at least for festival organizers.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about us.
No.
There, but
No, the festival organizers. The empty booths line streets, the streets and are dotting the field in front of the temple and the castle of Horitari. empty yet for its for their mercantile in occupants, though local ones have already started claiming their spots and getting displays set up. Some travelers from outside the city have begun to expound in number. Both mercantile and early visitors hoping either to capitalize on early reservations or grab what is left. The agricultural intake of the festival has not yet arrived, though the beginnings of this year's harvest have already begun. And what goods can be more preserved have indeed started making their way into the city. It is Horatori is a very populated, loud city, and it's only getting louder. And today is the day you're gonna kidnap a child.
Oh wait.
No pressure.
Quick thing. So, because I didn't know we were starting off on the next day, the night before we slept, can I have tried to make another potion? And can I argue it for being wisdom because medicine is wisdom, and an herbalism kit would probably be wisdom too. Oh no, because I'm using alchemist supplies, but it's still
You're using
medicine.
alchemist supplies.
But it would still be medicine, though, right?
But it's also alchemy.
But it
Depends
would
on what
still
you're
be
trying to make.
medicine. I'm trying to make a potion, a healing potion.
I will let you.
I mean, I'm not a proficient in, well, I guess it would be, but yeah. What can I try it with wisdom? Because like, I have -1 intelligence, and it'll never happen if I do it with intelligence.
We'll let you
Not
try with wisdom. The
Hog and
DC
yeah.
the DC is going to be different.
Okay. Oh wait, it didn't let me pick. Oh, okay, I have to pick. I have to add it here. I think. Let's see. Tool. Add. Proficient. Wisdom in this case, and then what's it called? Oh, natural 20, but I
Natural
didn't hit it
20.
yet.
All right.
Okay.
So
That's how you name it. Okay,
you do not have proficiency in alchemist supplies, do you?
I do. That's why it's 27 instead of
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So because this is your first time actually making something, I'm not gonna like hand you like a superior greater potion
Oh no,
for free.
I only no, it wouldn't be because I only bought stuff for normal healing potions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a natural 20, so there is going to be a little bit more than just a normal.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I'm going to say you manage to not only figure out how to actually construct the potion with the alchemist supplies in front of you, you manage to like there's something in your brain from like the way one of your aunts or uncles used to like talk about actual medicine and street and forest healing that ends up sort of clicking in your brain, and you concentrate the potion down a little bit more, um, and you end up as a result. You still have a normal healing potion, but it's going to do 2d4 plus 4 instead.
Okay, poggers.
This is your special one, though.
Yeah.
You're not always going to be able to do this.
Yeah. It's just that I rolled a nat 20. Yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you somehow roll nat 20s every time you try to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I could pull an Irene. I mean,
Good
You
pull,
could.
Irene.
There's so many kitties. Oh my god.
Kitty babies.
baby.
So in the morning, what are you doing?
Okay. Julius, Alistair, and I can't remember who else are going to go talk to the contact Inouye put us with. Or gives the name.
I think someone said Exalia at one point.
Yeah, I think X is with them, yeah.
Okay.
God, I forgot I had you turned way up, Amy. There we go.
And
I'm on a
then
different frickin' microphone this. Hang on.
No, your microphone is just fine.
it's great. You're
it was because it was way too low the last
quiet
time.
last
I
time.
have no
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
why. It was not like it on Sunday when I did my next D&D session, but sometimes when I put
Yeah.
the camera on, it defaults to the camera rather than to my microphone.
Yeah.
No, it was that you were very, like, when you first popped on, you were very
listened
loud for
to
me
it
too.
back, and I was
And
just
I
like,
just was like down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm
had
gonna
to
get
too.
No.
It's not your fault. It's
It's-
because we turned you up high the
But you
last
turned me up
time.
last week, so I was
Yeah.
weirdly quiet
Yeah.
for no apparent reason.
Exactly.
Mm.
But yes, X is with the group going to the Stone Fountain, but X will be changing their face
Yeah.
to kind of
So,
blend in.
So
that leaves Nagi, Nin, and Irene to try to clear the tunnel. And Alex, yes, I forgot.
Okay.
The way your screens are set up, Alex was like tucked in the middle of the first group, and so I just kind of like mentally.
Does
Sure.
anyone else have the ability to actually do such a thing to clear a tunnel, or is it just Nagi?
You could ask Aki if they are up to it, but other than that, I don't know.
Well,
I should
Julius already
probably-
expressed that he didn't want his people involved in this.
I mean, Julius would probably just... He would probably at least bring it up. But just be in the direction of... Look, my friends are doing this certain thing, but you don't need to help. And I wouldn't ask it of you. You have a lot on your plate to figure out and things to know, so getting into things right now is... Yeah.
Shinohara seems a little dicey, but ultimately leaves the decision up to Aki.
Yeah.
Aki, kind of responds, I mean, of course, I'd love to help you out. Don't know how much help I would be. And they sort of, you remember they had that sort of elemental control before. Not quite as good with water as Nagi is, but they were very, very good at moving earth and moving air, actually. And you watch them kind of like pause, breathe, and do the motion that you know would like cause a little bit of a like an air flurry, and nothing happens.
Have you been cut off? What?
They shrug.
Alright. Well, I'll... Sorry about that.
Figure it out. I'm still pretty good at punching things.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past you. I think you can hit with the best of them. I mean, even if you don't have the interesting powers, I think you'll be alright.
They kind of like crack their neck a little bit, and they're like, I can feel something, but it's like it's stuck. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, kind of like give them a little bit of a pat on the back, and just like, yeah, that's alright. We'll be here for you, buddy. I'm glad you're here.
They nod. You caught them as they were leaving for the inn, the tavern, and they kind of go back to talking with Ayemi about something. That Shinohara you hear a couple ways down the block just goes, "Stop!"
What?
You just like, "Shut up!" at the two of them.
Julius just snickers.
So Aki is being filled in on all the dirty gossip.
for once, I don't know exactly who is around at this point, but Julius seems, at the very least, a little bit... He looks comfortable. For lack of a better name for it. Like, relieved, in a way.
Excellent. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with... I'm gonna start with the tunnel team, because I know PK has to leave. So the four of you head back to the edge of the harbor quarter, where you know the entrance tunnel is. Alex, you are once again, due to your height, probably shoehorned into being able to get everybody down into the basement.
It's fine. It's fine. He'll live. He's a fighter.
The extreme burden of lifting your friends down to the floor.
The
He's
extreme
strong.
burden of lifting a woman who's not even 3 feet tall.
He's strong. He's a strong boy.
Strong boy.
Strong cow.
Yes.
You make your way back over to the hidden doorway. It seems as undisturbed as you left it. If the kids have been by, they haven't messed with it, really, probably. And even if they had, it's big blocked off, so...
Yeah.
Easy to pull, to get, again, Alex, easy to pull it up.
Yep.
And the four of you head into the subterranean area, and you head forward a little bit, until you hit the caved-in blockage.
Yeah. Nagi's just gonna silently go to work then, using Molder to 5 foot square at a time, just,
Actually,
make room.
before she does that, can Irene do a quick little send a snowball to the other side just to make sure there's nothing lurking, waiting, watching, guarding, anything of that sort immediately obvious on the other side of that rubble?
Right. Make me an intelligence check to be able to summon snowball on a place you can't see.
Oh, motherfucker. Guess who did not have Roll20 open because they forgot that they were playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Wow, imagine playing Dungeons and Dragons. I can't.
Give me
Also
17
going
seconds, dude, I swear.
Turn off that music, because I don't need the happy music, I need the tense music.
I want the happy music.
Nope.
Yeah, happy music!
It comforts me.
Give us the happy music,
You just
please,
turn it up!
Parker.
Oh my god.
Just
You're
give
like,
us
no.
the circus music, because that's what this is gonna be.
Yeah!
The music was bad.
Circus! Circus! Circus!
I can't believe whoever put Aki in a sequester also spirit bended their powers away.
Aki got put in a fucking blender, y'all. That's just how.
What the fuck? Why?
That's how it works. Aki got blent. That is.
That's a terrible thing that you have just said to me.
Blend! Oh my god.
That's a really terrible thing to say.
Getting blend sounds like, some sort of version of getting high or getting really drunk. It's okay, what are you and the lads up to? We're getting blend.
That's so blend.
That's mixing
Me and the lads getting blend tonight!
We're getting blend, boys!
Parker,
Pretty much pick any verb that turns out into a past tense like that, and it will sound like you getting drunk.
Parker.
Word. Gazebo.
Parker.
Yes,
Parker. I feel like last time I added my proficiency bonus to this.
You did.
You want me to do that again?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Pog.
just to establish, if I ever ask any of you for a spell casting check, what that is your spell casting ability plus your proficiency.
Okay.
It's like rolling a spell attack, but it's for spell effects that are not specifically offensive.
Does Roll20 have a button for that, or do you gotta do it manually each time?
You gotta do it manually.
You can do it manually, or you can just click the spell attack button.
You could, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cast Cure Wounds.
He does it
God.
preemptively.
I forgot. Sorry.
What's spell attack
I
button?
pressed the wrong button. How do I
That's
get
cool.
no? How do I
Save
get
that
this?
roll for
There we
later.
go. I fixed it.
So-
Sorry.
17.
With a 17, because you've done this before with this particular spot, it's easy to send Snowball to the other side. You manage
Yay.
to find cracks in the thing, and she pops off to the other side.
Oh, good girl. Okay.
She does not immediately see anything.
Should she make a perception check, or are you just saying that because you've
Would
made
you-
a perception check?
Would you like her to make a perception check?
I would like her to do a little bit of a look around, perceive moment.
Okay. I am going to roll it myself.
That's reasonable.
Physical dice.
I just would like my girl to look around, as that is what I've asked of her.
Okay. What is her perception?
I think it's +3, but I wouldn't swear
It is
to it.
+3.
Oh, I know my cat, you guys!
Plus advantage with smell, and I'm going. I'm gonna let smell stand for a couple of the possible things. Possible things. For example, if Naoki is around, she would be able to smell him.
Cat smell. Cat
Yeah,
smell. Cat
you know?
smell. Cat smell.
I'm not saying Naoki is around, but like there are possibilities that.
What are the
We're
cat
not saying
boys'
that they're not
pronouns
around.
again?
He him.
Okay, cool, because I just wanted to make sure I wasn't misgendering the cat boy.
What are the
Okay.
cat boys' pronouns? Really is a sentence.
Yeah.
Listen, Catboy is.
Welcome to D&D.
Me-
Sorry.
So through Snowball kind of like pokes around. She has a little bit of a running thing with you as she kind of describes what she sees. She doesn't immediately smell anything. It smells like dirt.
Dirt. Me too, buddy.
It smells like dirt. There's like lingering kind of a little bit of like old smells of various things. Nothing particularly noteworthy or concerning. She kind of trots down a little bit. It's very dark, but she is a cat. Doesn't spot anything.
Okay. I am not reassured, but Granny is. So, Granny will give Nagi a thumbs up to start moving dirt and rocks and other substances. That makes it sound like she's a drug mule.
You just
Yes.
dirt. All
Dirt.
right.
Dirt.
I presume Nagi is at least a little bit smart and is doing this in a way that's not going to cave in the
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
Like
I wouldn't know how that works, but Nagi does. She knows elements.
yeah, and at the very least, you are not like trying to do this quickly. You have the time to sit there and pull it as it needs to be.
Yeah, and it's only 5 foot square at a time, so it'll
You-
take
yeah.
a bit, I think.
You can't have more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time, and one of the effects is you can cause shapes, colors, or both to appear in the dirt and stone, spelling out words, creating images, or shaping patterns. The idea that Nagi does not do that simultaneously is not canon. I'm
Okay,
making a
so she
decision.
can do both at the same time. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That,
I'm making a character decision for you.
Yeah, not only is she doing that with one hand, she's bending the earth in the direct and like out of the way, right? But the other hand, she's bending little weird caricatures out of the walls of the cave around them, and they're all yeah.
Pog.
Oh. Yeah, Nagi kind of plants her feet, and she's doing this with both. It's this very steady move, sort of slow, but like forceful, and you just see chunk after chunk after chunk kind of get pulled and moved and pushed.
And then on the closest wall, you just see little caricatures of the party slowly pop out of the wall.
Mm-hmm. It is slow going. This thing is pretty thick.
with like 2 C's, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So Nin, Alex, and Irene, you are there for a while.
Moral support.
Yeah.
If it was just going like straight through with 5 foot cube, it'd be easy to just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and be done with it. But because Nagi has to be very careful about how she pulls Earth away to make sure you don't end up with another cave, and it takes a bit more time than that.
As she's doing it, and as the path is sort of like begins to take shape, does it look like the way she's doing it, it could be quickly collapsed again with a similar spell if necessary, would you say? Or does it look more stable?
It's a lot easier to collapse something than uncollapse something. So it's
Yeah.
like all she would need to do is like, within 12 seconds, just pull down the ceiling of the cave.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Fuck.
even if you can just right down.
Can I say that Nin has been just casting silent image because she can do it at will?
Sure.
Just sort of make it look like to anyone on the outside, there's no one in here. It's just an empty room, and
Ooh.
You can absolutely do that.
Smart bitch hours from Nin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I would say it takes about 45 minutes an hour to mark out a path and to push it up and stabilize it, so that way when Nagi stops molding Earth, it's not just gonna like fall and collapse again. By like 30, you start to see a bit of the way through, and you can kind of see Snowball just kind of like sat on the other side waiting. And 45 minutes an hour pass, and you have an open passageway.
nice job.
Yeah, thanks.
That was very good work, dear. Very thorough, thoughtful, safe. The OSHA would be proud.
She just nods.
It's a lot
You
of
know,
work.
workplace
so
safety,
just
Parker. Don't make that fucking face at me. Workplace safety, you motherfucker.
No, I'm for workplace safety. I was like, you decide that it's OSHA?
Yes.
OSHA is now canon and Enjira.
The
I
Colossian.
canonized OSHA for you.
At this point, I confess that I used to work for health and safety.
Oh yeah. Chilasian
Construction
OSHA.
Health and safety department
Kosha.
worker while I was waiting to get to, while I was literally earning enough money to get onto my PhD.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Amy, do you like all of the rock focus that we've had in the first few minutes of the session? Is this good?
Because I love the fact that as well. To be honest, Jamie has a solid grounding in geology, so therefore so does Nagi, and I approve.
Yeah.
Lance. Hello, Lance.
So you have your passageway open. What do you do?
Boy.
Stay with me.
What do we do?
We weren't given instructions afterwards, so
Yeah,
I don't
didn't
know.
really think this far through.
I think the idea was that we cleared the passageway so that when everybody else was done with their project, they could. I feel like kidnapping Ophaniel is an everyone project. I'm not wrong, am
All
I?
hands on deck.
Nagi's running over there right now. She's Naruto running, leaving you all the dust.
Alright, so you are just planting your ass here.
Yeah, we probably need an adult.
Nagi's going to climb out of the thing and go get food, and then come back.
Lance,
Oh, can you get me some of those balls with the
With the sauce on them, I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what they're called exactly. There's something yaki, but
Takoyaki.
no, not takoyaki. Takoyaki is good, but takoyaki is.
Oh, you're thinking
octopus ball?
the dong.
Dongo.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Dongo.
Yeah. Sorry, they're
Totally
both
impressed
covered.
at this
They're
point.
both round and covered in sauce. So I was like, which one?
Actually, no. She comes back
Japanese
with
street food.
she comes back with dongo, takoyaki, and taiyaki. Just a bunch for everyone.
Yeah.
Also, how much
Totally
would that be,
impressed.
Part? How much would
I'm
that
really
be? Part?
impressed.
Oh.
Right. I'm totally impressed with Parker's poker face there because not at any point there did you look like you were considering a TPK, and I'm so impressed.
Listen, we're in fantasy Japan.
We're
Yeah,
showing
it's-
our dedication to the environment and the storytelling, right? Like we're making
Also,
us.
I really want takoyaki in real life right now, but this is
Yeah,
I love
fine.
takoyaki.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 20 to 11 here. I've already eaten, but I could go
Sounds
for
good.
Chinese food very easily.
Yeah. Probably 5 silver.
Okay.
It's cheap ass street food.
Hmm.
This is shit that people buy on their way to work for like a silver. Like,
Yeah, and then she'll just come back with a bunch for everyone and be like, I got lunch for people.
All right. So the Stone Fountain people. Ixalia, Julius, and Astor. What are you doing?
All of them are probably under some form of disguise.
Okay.
Yeah, X is definitely shifting their face before they leave.
Yeah, and Aster is at least looking both Mochalasan and older. Because... And Julius doesn't want to get arrested.
No, he doesn't.
That would
Sorry.
be. Where is the prison, by the way, locally? Just asking.
Locally, let me look at my local map. Hold on.
Just in case.
What if we did a prison break at the same time?
Open.
Sorry.
Make me a history check.
Ooh.
Take Granny's luck.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did
not so much.
not
That would
take
be a
Granny's
five.
luck.
So I was gonna give you some cool history lore if you had rolled higher. But you do at least know where the prison is.
That's good.
The prison system here, it is less like a penitentiary. Like there's not like a big like dungeon or anything. More of what it ends up being is it ends up being prison sentencing, with the exception of the harshest criminals. You know, they get put somewhere. You're not exactly sure where, but a lot of like the lower level motherfuckers, a lot of people get sentenced to some form of labor.
So it's like community service or, yeah, hard labor.
Yeah. Usually, you know, some people get put out in the farm fields around Hortari. Some people end up in the docks. Some people end up sent a little bit further out to mining operations.
Aggressive community service.
Aggressive community service.
God.
Listen,
I was waiting for you guys to do that.
just because I have dismantled some forms of real world bullshit does not mean my world is perfect.
No, that's legit.
Prison industrial complex real.
It was more making sure that, you know, it wasn't a case of it's right near the temples or anything like that, which could prove
No.
useful, but that doesn't prove useful, so never mind.
If Julius got arrested, the likelihood that he is going to get sent to aggressive community service is
He's going away for life.
No, he is getting the electric chair. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks. Good.
I mean, that
glad
is
you-
for
yeah.
life, I guess, however short that might be.
God.
You don't know where those higher level people end up, though. So
Cool.
So you make your way to the marble fountain, I presume?
Mm-hmm.
That
Alright.
seems to be
Yeah.
as much as we can interpret from.
The streets are kind of thronging with people, even here in Glass Park. Just because Glass Park is a little bit on the shadier side does not mean that during the festival it also does not see its own influx of travelers, tourists, and merchants.
Mm-hmm.
It does tend-
also gorgeous.
It's also
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
they don't tend to, the people who stay here don't tend to be like the really high wealthy like travelers, but you get some nice folks to like low range. Um, it's really pretty, and for like a week, um, a lot of, Julius, you would know this. A lot of organized crime kind of dies off a little bit during the festival. Not because there's not like an opportunity, but because everybody wants to go to the fucking festival.
And cops are just like, I'm not gonna fucking check.
Yeah.
I
I am resisting the urge, just so you know.
Feeling that urge.
Um,
God damn it.
Sorry.
Either don't want to deal with it, or they crack down disproportionately hard.
Yeah.
And there's no in between.
And the people actually involved in organized crime also tend to just kind of want to go to the festival and vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
organized criminals are people too. I cannot stress this enough, guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
like obviously stuff still happens, and there is a big sort of underground market at the festival. You would know this, Julius.
Yeah.
But like, also,
Crime boy. He's going away.
it's the biggest holiday in Mortari. Like,
Yeah.
um.
Sorry, he was being bastard and he knocked some stuff over.
So you make your way to the Marble Fountain. It is packed.
Yeah.
Even this early in the morning. A place like the fountain is not like the most hoppin' spot in town, but this is the biggest like tourist like time of the year for the city. And so places to eat are just constantly overwhelmed all of the time. It is still beautiful. It is as nice as you remember it being with Rivetta, and it is a little quieter here. Its placement sort of off the main road sort of makes like not as much foot traffic as the main road. So it's a little bit quiet here, a little more peaceful here. The restaurant is pretty much full though. And there is a woman working the front desk. The fountain in question that it's named after, a beautiful sort of gleaming white structure, is just the water is cycling. What do you do?
I mean, I think to a certain extent here with this, Ix is going to follow Julius's lead in particular, but also Asta's lead. They're kind of, in a slightly different phase, hanging back a little bit and just kind of watching their backs as much as anything, keeping an eye on the crowd.
Julius also would have been in disguise self as well. I should mark that off on his sheet real quick too.
Yeah, I will pass this off.
General heckin' human disguise, maybe just a little bit different features than he usually would use, just in case they recognize him. And what would he do? Well, first of all, we want to look for the guy, so
yeah,
he
we
would
want to speak.
probably approach the person at the desk.
Okay. All three of you, or just Julius and Aster?
I think just Julius and Aster. Let Ix keep sort of back and with an eye on.
Yep. I would say Ix will probably, as soon as they got kind of within a 2 or 3 minute, maybe a little more of a walk, would have kind of distanced themselves from the two of them and tried to make out like they were not with them, so as to be able to watch their back and not be part of the group.
Alright, make me a perception check.
Hey, you've got good perception.
I do. I forget that I have good perception. I don't play characters with good perception and watch me roll shit. Hey, 24.
Not bad.
Yo!
I will keep that in mind. Julius and Aster, you head forward to the front desk. The woman working there is the same woman who was working the front desk when you first met Rivetta. Not your server, but the same woman, the same as us. And she kind of is like, Hi, welcome to the Marble Fountain. Can I help you?
Yes, we're looking for an old friend.
So-
Hmm?
We're looking for Suguro-san.
Suguro Hirokichi, in specific.
She nods and she's like, I think he's in today.
Is he busy at all? We'd like to speak with him.
I'll have to ask. Uh, and she kind of gives you like a 1 second. And she sort of disappears um into the restaurant for a second. Not towards the seating area, but back towards where the kitchens must be.
Yeah.
And you're kind of standing there for a while, and then she comes out and comes back, and she is trailed by a human man, sort of like medium dark skin, long black hair, sort of pinned up in like a messy bun at the top of his head. He's wearing bright purple and gold eyeshadow.
Good for him.
And one of his ears is just lined with piercings down.
Cool.
He is not visibly tattooed, though he is wearing this. It's not quite a kimono or a men's kimono. It is instead sort of this loose coat wrapping, kind of like a faux kimono almost, of this sort of very sheer, like half sheer fabric, that is like purple, blue, and gold.
I love him. Fuck.
So it hangs to sort of his mid leg, and he's wearing little like the wooden sandals. And he goes, "My friends, hello. I'm Suguro. You can call me that. Did you need something? Is something wrong?"
Nothing is wrong. We do have, however, well, just a little bit of a discussion to talk about. Just an update, I suppose.
Regarding what? I'm sorry, I don't think I know you. Forgive me. I don't mean to be rude to customers. I'm just a little confused.
I'm trying to think of how would we word this in a way that's...
He's giving off the vibe of, like, apologetic manager.
Yeah. We were...
Private conversation.
This is a bit of a private conversation.
And we were referred here?
Yes, someone fairly important.
Make a persuasion check.
Both of us or one of us?
Julius at advantage.
Alright. Persuasion. Cheek. Where is his persuasion? Oh no! Why? I got +8! Oh, it's advantage, you said, right?
It could be worse.
Yes, advantage.
Oh, good. The fucking... Okay, a 14. Jesus Christ. There's the Julius luck. Good job, bud. Fucking hell. I hate this. Dumbass.
Some things never change.
He kind of rubs his hands together a little bit, and he seems to kind of think for a second. And he goes, Is this business? Are you from the Butcher's Guild?"
No guild. But I suppose it's business.
Well, I suppose we can have a chat, of course. Yeah, just come on. Follow me. And he sort of starts to lead you back towards the kitchen area, and he ducks into the kitchen. And you can see there's a couple of what look like line cooks working out in food, and it seems like there's one person like dedicated to a couple of people dedicated to pastries, and one person solely on like what looks like probably where they keep all of their tea.
Yeah.
Like one person just get dedicated to that. Um, uh, he leads you up through the kitchen to another door in the side, pushes it open, and there's a small staircase that leads up. And you realize now the Marble Fountain's second floor must be administration or staff area, because you've never seen any like seating up there. And as you walk up the Marble Fountain, this staircase, it's fairly plainly decorated. It's just kind of like it's fairly nice, standard like dark wood. Um, it doesn't seem to be like ornate in any way. Nice, but not over the top. And he leads you upstairs into a small landing. There's a couple of doors, and he leads you to one. And he opens it, and it seemed like his office space. He's like, a cushion or chairs? Do you need?
I suppose we can take a cushion.
Right. He sets two out in front of the small sitting desk he has, that he sort of sits himself behind. He's like, how can I help you?
Julius,
I don't think I caught your names.
Julius will kind of give like a slight smile. Oh, fuck. Is he gonna actually... You can call me Jules.
Good to meet you. And you? He turns to Aster.
Saki. Saki.
Saki.
We're here on referral. Lady Satoshi regarding a tapestry.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, Aster. High rolls only, let's go. No! What?
He just kind of I'm sorry, I don't think I have any. A tapestry, you said?
A well sought after artifact, unfortunately.
Forgive me, I do think you might have the wrong person. I don't think I've ordered any tapestries recently. We're not redecorating. Did you say Lady Satoshi?
In a way, so
Yes. She specifically gave us your name to speak to about this.
Make another persuasion check.
Should Julius be doing it? Because he has a better persuasion.
I will let either Julius do it flat or Aster with advantage.
Well, how about Julius will try with... I'll give the explanation of him... Have you heard of the Living Tapestry?
Of course. What's that got to do with me?
Well, we had a small conversation with the priestess, and figured out information about it.
It'll make me. He kind of looks at you and he kind of blinks. And he sort of straightens up a little bit. You see him glance towards the door and he goes, "Did you know?"
Albeit slightly one-sided, it was odd to do with sendings. But
Astra's gonna stand and close the door behind us. Since that seems to be what was being indicated.
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't sure if the door was closed behind us or not, so I didn't know.
No, Astor can close the door.
Julius would wait to say further information until it was closed, so...
Mm-hmm. It's easily closed and shut. Astor comes to sit back down, and Suguro seems like he's just kind of waiting.
How do I explain this without sounding like a complete nut job? We figured out that this artifact hasn't fallen into the hands of a certain individual yet. In fact, he waltzed right straight past it.
He sort of leans back, like he's thinking, and he kind of looks the two of you up and down. And then he kind of goes, "Forgive me, but I'm going to have to ask you again, who are you?"
This is a place of mild safety, at the very least. I just want assurance for that.
Depends on who you are.
Julius is going to drop the fucking disguise.
We're gonna cut to Exalia for a second.
Ooh,
This is fine.
cliffhanger. Rude.
I'm scared. I'm gonna go hide
Okay,
now.
it is 6 o'clock.
I'm gonna go. Have fun, gamers. Do good at
Bye.
kidnapping and also other
love
non-kidnapping related skills. Goodbye.
Bye.
Text us your
Oh, and they're gone.
Exalia, where are you standing?
After they've gone in, and since it's a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
Ix would probably have asked if there was a table free.
The woman at the counter's like, for one?
I mean, I'm happy to just tuck into a corner. I just want a drink. Maybe something light for breakfast. I'm happy to accommodate. I know you're busy. It's clearly you're packed. But
She
my friend
kind
said
of-
this was the best place to eat for breakfast.
She kind of glances down the seating area. She goes, I can't offer you a place in our pavilion. I can certainly get you something. You'll have to sit by the fountain.
Oh, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
mean- In terms of food, whatever. I mean, what's the most popular thing you have on the menu? What does everyone come in here and ask for?
She kind of leans under her thing and she pulls out like a menu. She unfolds it and she kind of like scans down to various options, and she kind of goes through the tea menu. And first she goes, "Well, for breakfast, a lot of people go for green tea. They like the little bit of caffeine. We have we can prepare it any way you'd like, though." And she just kind of like lists like the popular kind of like flavor combinations. She then she kind of she points out. Sorry, I am looking at Japanese breakfast dishes.
Alright.
She points out something to you that is called okonomiyaki, which, for your reference, would be kind of like a pancake, but it has it comes with a couple of different flavor options, mostly like it's like a savory seafood pancake.
Yep.
That she recommends. She
That
says get the she says get the fish, not the shrimp.
Oh, well, I'm happy to take your advice on that matter. Thank you. That sounds marvelous. And yes, I'm happy to sit in the corner. Like I say, my friend said that you had just the best food here, so I had to come, and I honestly didn't realize how busy it was going to be, so I apologize for putting the extra stress on you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry that we couldn't get you a seat inside.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You're busy. It's festival week. I'm happy to just, work around you. It's fine.
All
And
right,
the region
well,
sounds marvelous to go with it. So yes, that sounds brilliant.
all right, I'll bring it to you when it's ready. Thank you.
I'll be out by the fountain. Don't you worry.
She sort of jots it down, and you can see she passes it to like a server to take back inside. So you just kind of sit down. Like there's a couple of like benches around the fountain itself. You could just sit on the lip of the fountain if you wanted.
What are the majority of people doing around there?
There seems to be a couple of groups waiting to see if they can't get a table.
Yep.
One of them is kind of like loitering over by like the edge of the the seating area, kind of like idly talking to some people inside. There's another group, looks like a couple kind of on one of the benches. A small, what looks like a single mother with a couple of her children are kind of, she's on one bench, her kids are kind of like in the area like next to the fountain, and she keeps trying to be like, don't fucking splat, like, don't touch the water, please.
Yep. Done that with the nieces. X is probably going to take a seat on the edge of the fountain then. Probably near the woman with the kids, because they look like a decent distraction if anything goes weirdly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just going to kind of wait for breakfast, keep an eye on the surroundings, kind of looking for specifically anyone that's come to interfere with the group so far. There was a couple that were people that were interfering when Rivetta was heading back to the temple. Also keep an eye out for kind of anyone with devil tattoos that they might recognize, sorry.
So you sit down at the edge of the temple. One of the kids at one point, like, at the edge of the fountain, one of the kids, like, does come over and, like, poke you. And the mother's like, oh, no. Don't bother the stranger. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. My mother always said I was just like that when I was a kid, so I suppose this is, karma. It's fine. Don't worry. Kids are cute.
She kind of laughs and gives you that, like, little smile, and she kind of, like, scoots her kids, like... She doesn't, like, scoot them away, but she's like...
Leave the strange lady alone to enjoy her breakfast. Wait in peace, yes.
Yes. And after, 10, 15 minutes, you are brought breakfast. It's actually very nice.
X will settle their tab straight away, I would say, just in case they need to make a run, because, these are hardworking people and they don't deserve to be separated from money that they have earned.
Yeah, it's like a silver and a couple copper.
Yep, no worries. I would say if it's going to be a silver and a couple of copper, X will hand over 2 silver just to kind of cover a tip without being ostentatious.
Yeah, the woman, she's not the hostess, one of the servers who has come to bring you.
X will probably hand over, or whatever face they're in at the moment, hand over, say, 3 silver, because it seems like a sensible amount for festival week without seeming over the top to remember the big tipper.
She thanks you, and heads back inside. The people hanging out by the overhang eventually get called in for a table. And as you kind of watch them go, as you kind of turn to settle back in, you discover very suddenly there's somebody sitting next to you.
Thank you, Dake.
Taller individual, a little bit taller than you. Wearing sort of a very dark colored, but sort of normal looking kind of shirt and trousers combination. And as he sits down, you kind of turn back. He goes, "Hello, Naomi." And you look, and there is a spell scar across one half of his face.
Oh, this fucker.
He rolled a 25. I'm sorry.
Can I help you?
Want to have a little chat, if you don't mind?
And if I do mind?
I don't think you will.
That's cute. And you are?
He kind of cracks his neck a little bit. He goes, "Friend of a friend?"
You're gonna... Oh, sorry, my pen's just run out. Oh, you're gonna have to be a little more specific than that to get my attention today.
Never find your fucking character document.
It's okay. I'm hunting for it too. It's in here somewhere.
I'll sprinkle the dust to make you find it.
I have to hunt through all my nano stuff to get to it because I just closed the file.
Oh no.
Found it. Friend of a friend who used to know Rena?
All right. You've got my attention, but you'll forgive me. I'm in a city I don't know well, and I don't know you, nor do I trust you, so you can pick a place you like, but it better be a place that there's going to be people around.
He kind of shrugs a little bit and goes, "Honestly, right here is fine." And he kind of looks over at the mother who is wrangling her children. And he kind of leans forward and he goes, "Excuse me, miss." And he sort of tilts his head forward and you can see the edges of the little black tattoo. And she looks at him, looks at it, and he kind of, like, two fingers. And she's like, "Okay, hey." And she gets, like, the kid's attention. And she's like, "We're gonna move to this side of the bench. The sun's in my eyes." And she kind of moves to another side of the fountain. And he sort of leans forward.
Okay. Make your point.
"I got a deal for you.
Which is?
Very simple." He sort of leans forward and he starts kind of ruffling around in his jacket, in his shirt. He goes, "Do you know how I picked you out?"
I must admit, I am curious.
He reaches inside and he pulls out a small little glass vial, and inside there is like a couple of centimeters worth of blood inside.
Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Do you really think that's stupid to not have something like this?
I confess I didn't, but I hoped I could run fast enough. And they kind of reach in and just kind of lift up the kind of necklace around the neck to reveal the pendant ever so slightly, and I was hoping this would let me run fast enough.
You're safe pretty good, but unfortunately.
What do you want?
You and your friends are interesting.
Well, that's not a comforting statement, is it? What do you want? Get to the point.
We need somebody dead, Naomi.
Whom? You're gonna have to be a little more specific than tweaking your eyebrows. There's multiple people inside that building right now, Cupcake. Give me a name.
We need your friend Julia's dead.
Really?
Fucking knew it.
And why, besides the obvious, do you need Julius dead? And please tell me that really does get me that vial.
Of course.
Specifically, please tell me it gets me that vial and any other vials that you have in tow.
We just have the one.
Bullshit.
He reaches into his shirt and he pulls out two more.
Yeah. Cupcake. Princess, darling, really, you think I was born yesterday?
No. But I had to try.
You really fucking didn't. So, what's to make me believe that those 3 vials are the only ones I've bled around you lot plenty of times before now?
Kind of. He's holding them in one hand and he kind of drums his fingers along his arm. I would offer my word, but we both know that's not a very good offering.
It's worth about as much as mine is.
He sort of drums his fingers like he's thinking about it for a second. I'll give you one now.
I'll do you one better. Smash 2 of them on the floor and keep one.
I need an agreement
Prove it.
first.
I mean, I could just run. I could tell Julius what's going on. I could tell him every single thing, and I could run. Cut all my ties, head off into the distance. I don't know, sign up on some ship.
You think a ship is enough to stop us?
No, but I think it's enough to give me a head start. To build an army against you. You really think I couldn't do that? You think I don't know enough? Give me one, smash one on the cobbles, keep one. You only need one, and I don't believe that you don't have more back at home. Because as you said, your word is worth about the same as mine is right now.
I'll smash one, and I'll keep 2.
Okay. And in response, you answer me a question. How's that?
Sure.
Smash the vial first.
The 3 in his hand, he picks one up. He puts 2 in his left hand, takes the last one in his fourth. He just against the ground, and it smashes, and the blood smears across the floor.
paying you to get Julius dead. Who wants him dead? This week.
Yep.
A lot of people want him dead.
I mean, to be honest, I can understand why. He's irritating. I've fantasized about it a time or two, but you're going to need to be a little more specific. It just, I can see Ren giggling. I'm going to have to click off the camera a second.
Hold on, I'll turn it off.
I'd like a name if you have one. I'd like to know who I'm working for these days. Standards, you know. Some of us develop them late in life.
Moment. The only person who actively wants him dead. That would be Nashimura. You're not local. So I'll tell you, he's the guy who runs shit around here for us.
Fair enough.
Next week, should you all get yourself involved in what we think you're going to get involved in, what we know you're going to get involved in, a lot more people are going to want that man dead.
I'm curious. Professional courtesy, you know. One. A formal devil to an existing one. What exactly do you think we're gonna get involved in? Do tell.
I already answered your one question.
Oh, no. This is something entirely different. Professional curiosity, like I said.
You can have your professional curiosity. I'll have my professional silence.
Sport. Well, I must admit, you drive a very good bargain. I'll be sure to be in touch. Or more to the point, I'm sure you'll see when things have been done or not.
He nods. Either he is dead before Thomas Walsh comes back into town, and you get these and your life back.
Or I end up an object lesson. Yes, I know the routine. Go away, I'd like to enjoy my breakfast in peace. Fuck off.
The tea is good here.
And suddenly it's gonna taste like piss. Thank you so much for that. Seriously, no, fuck off. Go away, be elsewhere. Asshole.
See you around, Naomi.
Oh, I really hope you don't.
And he will get up from the bench, and you see him put the two vials into his shirt. He dusts off his pants, and he starts to walk away into the crowd, and you lose him after a couple of seconds.
See, I got all cocky, assuming it was only going to be Julius's backstory here.
Yeah, Puckerdam! We need Puckerdams in chat. That was so good. I fucking love Exalius so much.
God, their energy is just incredible.
Fuck, I love the fuck off shit that you was talking. It's so good. Fucking piss off.
You can't tell me that in the situation, Parker, you wouldn't go for the twofer.
I mean, to be bluntly honest, there's a fairly large part of Ix that is just like, no, seriously, I can discuss this with Julius. We can fake his death, and then Ix can get the vials.
Yeah!
I mean, there is a spell feign death, and we could get it for Irene and have her cast it on Julius.
I'm so excited because this just makes it so much more exciting. I'm excited.
Okay, so he said it was Nashimori, didn't it, who wanted Julius?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, that's the fuck dude that was. Yeah.
Is that the guy
Yeah,
that's been
that's
mentioned
like-
several times.
That's the guy Nagi Earth and Grasp.
No, the
Yoink.
Spellscar guy is the guy you were thinking about. He has a name now, by the way, but you haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember that. I'm just gonna keep calling him Spellscar guy.
If you want to roll a history check on Nashimura Exalia, you can.
Oh, I do. I really, really fucking do.
Do it.
Remember that conversation early game when Julius was like, I have shit with the Black Devils to Exalia?
Oh, and X totally bluffed their way through it. Yeah. Oh, I knew it was going to come back to bite me in the ass. I was fully aware. History.
I fucking knew it too.
Oh shit! X has that's a 7.
Oh.
You
I'm terrible
really,
at history.
you were never really operating in this area of the continent. So Nashimura doesn't, like, the name is like, now that you've heard it out of this dude's mouth, like, right, there was something of that vein into terms with Horitari. You don't know much about him. You don't know who he's directly under.
That's fine.
You do remember that he is often referred to as the Panther.
Hey, we killed one of those.
Yeah.
And one of them also killed Nog.
Details.
Let's hope history doesn't repeat itself. Nagi can't die again.
If she does, you guys are just gonna get another character.
So let's go.
I'm gonna roll before you do that. I'd like to make a roll for X to see how likely they are here to panic.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
It's an 18.
You feel the panic and anxiety of, like, oh fuck. You thought you were fine, or at least had enough distance, and all of a sudden this man has shattered every thought of safety that you had. And now he wants Julius dead. In order to regain that, your friend has to die.
They're not at the bolt point yet, are they?
No.
19. That's okay.
And you breathe. And you let it out. You breathe in and out. You have been in this place before. You got out once.
I would say as well, as GM here, if you want to take a point off X's sanity or anything here, I am perfectly fine with that because they are freaked.
I will probably take one, at least as a temporary. Write down what your original sanity was. You are taking a sanity point at the moment.
So X is currently at 18 and a +4. I'll move that down to a 16, which is a +3.
That is what I meant. One, a down on modifier.
Yeah, X is this freaked, folks. Cool. Or not.
It's almost like the devils are absolutely actually fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, as a character, X is not cool. As a player, I'm just like, yes, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is excellent. Carry on.
I feel that.
All right. So back inside Sugaro's office, he looks at you, Julius, as you drop the disguise. His eyes are sort of searching you up and down for a little bit. He glances at the door one more time to make sure it's shut, and then he sort of reaches, his hand comes onto the desk, and he he beats out a couple of pattern with his fingers. And then he turns to you, Aster, and he goes, drop the spell. Drop the disguise.
Removes the hat. It is easier for people to take me more seriously if I'm not
And I think you understand why I wasn't disguised. Or I was disguised.
He nods. This complicates things. He sort of sits up on his knees and he offers his hand out to the both to Julius first and then to Aster, and he goes, Suguro Hiroshiki of the Marble Hand.
Alright, Julius will extend his hand.
He'll shake your hand. His handshake is firm. It's not overly squeezed, but his hands are calloused. In that specific patterning of like someone who plays a string instrument. And he offers a hand to you too, Aster.
Aster will reach out and shake it, and just Aster. I think the rest of my name doesn't really matter in this context.
Not overly. Unless, of course, you've got something to hide.
Nothing relevant.
He sort of does it fair enough. And he looks over at you, Julius, again. Give me a second. And he reaches into one of the drawers and he pulls out a small stone carved out of marble with a rune in the front. And he sort of like holds it up and he speaks into it. Says something that you can't quite understand. Actually, what are your languages, Julius?
Let me see, because I think his are pathetic. Yeah, it's common and infernal. That is it. That is all he knows.
All right.
Does I recognize it?
What are your languages?
God, let me just verify that.
I think we discussed Julius possibly having, like, broken bits of Celestial, but that's about it, I think.
Common, Celestial, Elvish, and Undercommon, which you gave me as sort of a alternative to Thieves' Cant.
Right, yes.
Because everyone tends to use it. Any street urchin picks up Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
That was almost specifically the word you gave me.
Yeah. So he is speaking in a language neither of you recognize. And he's speaking kind of rapid fire. And then he waits a second. He nods and he says something else. And then he nods and he puts it down. He's like, all right. Just as a warning, a friend of mine is going to show up and confirm who you are. Mr. Satoshi.
Julius will nod.
In the meantime, you say he doesn't have the tapestry.
That is correct.
How do you know this?
Julia, a omen of either from Lede or a messenger of her.
I've clearly seen where this tapestry was hidden. It was undisturbed. He passed right by it, seemingly unable to find it.
Or unwilling to take it.
Or you're claiming prophecy, then? Or visions?
It's hard to describe. I suppose... Look, I don't get these very often. I'm kind of new to it. He's trying to search for the word for it. What would he kind of classify that under then? Would it be like just like omen isn't quite right. It would have been, I guess a vision would be the correct version for this.
An augury? No, I don't think so. Not sure.
sort of drums his fingers on his hand again.
What pattern is he using? Because you seem to say there's some distinctive pattern.
It was for his detect magic. This one is just him.
Okay.
Hand go burr.
Hand go burr, stim a little as he thinks.
Fair.
So his fingers start to drum, and he that really fucking complicates it.
What were you hoping to hear?
That he had it.
Were you going to try and ambush him like we thought we could?
Was that your plan?
It was
It,
one of
it was
plans.
one of them.
We've gone
No.
through about 8 of it.
No, it was not.
It was an option. Not the best option, but an option to choose.
It wasn't our plan either. Better or worse, we're not in the position to remove him. How much do you know?
Very little. It's what we could piece together ourselves. We've tried some direct contact with Inoue, but the High Priestess,
You can't talk much.
no.
Direct, we know. We know that until recently, she and her friend, Asta very clearly does as I don't know how to touch that.
Yeah, Suguro kind of gives like a little like, okay, that's the word you're gonna use.
Co-parent seems a bit informal. I don't know if they were married. Anyway, they thought he was dead.
They didn't think Julius was dead. No, they thought he was imprisoned.
They thought that Walsh still had power over Kei Satoshi.
And unfortunately, that information is 10 years old. I've been out for quite a while. I assume you know.
Rivetta, let us know.
Good.
We also know that Walsh has, who we assume to be a Faniel, in containment beneath the temple. We found a way in that we are potentially going to pursue. We know that it would be a religious politics shit show if he comes back with that tapestry, or if he needs someone else to it. We know that the current governor isn't as invested and seems personal. Asta makes a little hand wobble, but has other issues on his mind. Probably a couple of members of the council board, but not necessarily about Walsh. Anything else? Asta kind of looks at Julius.
Honestly, I can't think right now. I'm a little bit frazzled. Have been for a bit.
It's alright.
Let's say the basics.
You are missing one important piece of information, though, and that is that Walsh coming back with the tapestry is currently the best option.
Okay. Why is it the best option?
Inoue's prophecy is as such. The child and the heir to the Temple of Lede will be the one to bring back something of great importance, or some fancy phrasing. I don't speak Celestial.
So if her prophecy doesn't come to be, she's going to be questioned.
It's not that. Walsh's original plan, which we thought Inway had managed to talk him out of, is he would locate the thing and then send Othaniel out.
And that would fulfill the prophecy and also Othaniel's position as the next.
He nods.
That was the plan we thought we were working off a couple of iterations ago.
He nods.
Othaniel makes for a very convenient set piece.
Again, he nods. Problem is, place it's at. Don't know much about it. Do know the first couple of people Walsh sent in to confirm that the tapestry was there didn't fucking make it out.
Okay. Not surprising. All sets do tend to have some kind of protection.
That kid is 17 years old.
No.
Othaniel's
Right.
not making it back.
No.
We thought, as of apparently 5 minutes ago, Inway had convinced Wolf to bring it back and spin a story that Othaniel saw it in a prophetic vision. His last letters with Inway, that he'd found it, that he'd bring it back, seemed to confirm. But if he doesn't have it, then he's a fucking liar.
So he's planning something else to do instead.
Either the original plan or who knows.
Fuck.
No, I'm just considering something.
Well, then what the hell could he be planning?
Our only option is to think that he went back to the original. That he wants to send Othaniel to that death trap. The thing you gotta understand about
And
Walsh.
if he does, which is a win, or they're a martyr, which is also a win.
The thing about Walsh you gotta understand. He's a power-grabbing piece of shit, but he's also faithful. He believes in this shit. He's not some cynic manipulating this faith. He's in it. When Inway says Othaniel is prophesied to bring something back, and Othaniel is prophesied to bring something back, and Walsh will work within that.
It doesn't necessarily have to be Othaniel, and
Well, no, it doesn't have to be Othaniel, but then he has to have another kid if Othaniel dies.
yeah.
The other option, when Inway complained, protested, Othaniel wasn't ready, and he looks over at Julius. He threatened to send little Kei Satoshi, who had been in a cave prison for the last 10 years.
What?
Fucking.
Did he know?
She
Did
didn't.
he know that he escaped? Because that's a hell of a bluff to pull if you know.
Maybe he bluffed, maybe he didn't. Didn't matter at the time. We thought kid was actually in there.
Aster, he never visited me from the prison. Or, I guess it wasn't even a fucking prison, it was like a hole in the ground. He may not have even known. The people that locked me away, they may have just fucking covered it up. I have no clue, I never wanted to fucking know. It's entirely possible he doesn't know, but it seems unlikely if he's been saying all of this shit about me. Threatening to use me. He would at least want to check in at least once. Or
Yeah.
have somebody pretending to be me there. we killed everybody we could fucking find.
Right. Can I quickly roll some fast to decide? Interesting. How tipped up does this go if Nathaniel's no longer under Walsh's control?
That's literally a option we haven't considered.
I mean, we have an option to take the kid out right now.
As we said, we found a place.
Remove them entirely from the board. No chess piece. No pawn for his.
It's not removing them from the board, that is simply putting them in another place.
Well, I'm very good at hiding.
And if this goes through, we would need help.
In a way, said there wasn't necessarily people taking questions, but we needed answers, and coming here was pretty much our only option to figure shit out.
You told Inway that Walsh doesn't have the tapestry.
Yes. She's aware.
That's why she sent you here. She needed to let us know. Otherwise, we were going to go ahead with what we had discussed originally, which was just letting it go for the moment. Let Walsh bring the tapestry back, let them set up Othaniel as heir, and then work from there. Our priority was keeping the kid alive.
Keep the kid alive, keep the kid safe, because with Walsh you can... I can see it working. Particularly once Othaniel was officially set to inherit, however the particular works. Well, at that point you can get rid of Walsh and there's no legal issue. Or at least not as far as the temple goes. What we could tell.
He's thinking.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get Othaniel out, there is very little we could do to help you.
Alright.
Okay. But that implies there is some...
I'd have to talk with somebody.
Worst comes to worst, and Asta kind of reaches to where his amulet is hidden by his clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can appeal for sanctuary with my temple. It won't last long, but I can appeal for sanctuary for them. That is a worst, because...
Asta, that might not necessarily be a good option. Do you remember what I talked about before? About when I was captured?
Yeah, that is...
They weren't Death Temple.
What was that?
They weren't Death Temple.
Didn't see any of those symbols, at least from what he can remember? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. I retract my statement.
Worst comes to worst...
Do you actually not know who kept you in prison?
I was too young, and quite honestly, it was a blur. That was not an experience that I enjoyed. And Amaya didn't necessarily have answers either, and she kind of got us out of there and took care of the problem. She was leading a bunch of fucking children, basically.
Heavily traumatized and severely malnourished and weakened children trapped in the fucking dark. God knows. And Asta kind of forcibly exhales.
He nods and he kind of steeples his fingers in front of him. As I stall for time, as I desperately look for the name of this group.
Oh my god, I'm fucking terrified, actually, out of character, because I don't even fucking know. Fear. I'm gonna eat ice cream straight in fear.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me search my fucking Google Drive.
Are you even a DM if you don't kind of, in frustration, just throw your hands up in the air at your players and be kind of like, I can't find the notes that I know that I possess?
Yeah, literally. I lost the name of one of my characters at one point, and I was just like, sorry guys, she was a general. I
had this conversation with you all last Friday, and with my Sunday players along the lines of, I have these notes, I know I possess these notes, I literally wrote these notes 24 hours ago, can I fucking, like, find them?
No. Nope. Not when you need them. Never.
Nope.
There's
like a black hole somewhere in your computer that just eats them.
It just... it absorbs them like a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
They call themselves the Children of Shadow.
Oh, good.
They are a religious group devoted to one aspect of the left twin.
That makes sense.
They're also heavily associated with the Black Devils.
Great. I fucking love hearing that name.
Well, that does confirm something that was already good too. In that they have connections to Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely what happened was Walsh hired the Devils to do it and they subcontracted out.
Yep.
Right. So if we can remove Othaniel from Walsh's immediate sphere influence, what happens then?
Bets are off.
We throw a wrench in every plan that's been made, including our own.
He nods.
Jules? We're already at least 6 different plans in. I think throwing a wrench in at this point.
Look, I know. I'm just... If this doesn't work out, this is going to go horribly wrong.
We've got to do something.
I know.
Because you can't let Walsh win again.
Absolutely not. Look, if he thinks he wins, I don't give a shit. But in the end, I want to be the winner on this fucking board. I want him to suffer.
If you want to do this, I can contact somebody. Work out a bit of a plan on our side. What you gotta know about the Marble Hand here, kids. We ain't the Devils. We ain't the Skull. We fucking even ain't whatever the hell your shit is.
Julie's mildly
Cage?
offended. The Gilded Cage.
Gilded,
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
Listen.
My shit. Yep. Thanks.
You are a loose collection of bards who are trying to do...
If you're about to say the word good, you're gonna say the wrong word.
something. You are trying to do...
We're a loose collection of bards who look after each other.
Which is respectful. I understand that practice.
We're in this as a favor to somebody.
Again, there is the option of I can appeal for sanctuary. There should be enough grounds. But that won't last long because we aren't as big here as the
We can get you some money.
I realize this is slightly off topic. I assume that you wouldn't be willing to tell me who the favor is to.
His name was Agathon.
I don't know that name, do I? Was he the one that was closest to my mother?
We help out each other. And sometimes when we can't help out each other, we help other kids. Looked like you, though.
This is the classic, looks like one parent or the other one. I just got told the other fucking day I look like my mother. Right.
Yeah. Agathon at least had the horns.
Good to know that's inherited. Good God. Agathon. Anyways, that's not necessarily important right now.
So going forward, how should we expect contact? Or should we contact you?
The fountain, and you hear a knock at the door as this speaks, and he's like, "Who is it?" And Julius, you hear a familiar voice who's like, "You're requested," and opens the door, and Hidemi and Mori walks in.
Hidemi! Oh my fucking god.
Aster, pink tiefling, light pink hair,
Yeah.
dressed in walking clothing, actually. And he pokes his head in, and he's like, "You need to meet you." Oh! Hey, darling. Surprise!
I was wondering.
He sort of reaches into one of his breast pockets and he pulls out the little white medallion.
Alright, that makes sense.
I'm not actually hand, boss lady is, but...
Mm-hmm.
Honorary member.
I love him so much. Julius just kinda just nods a little bit. Like, yeah. Makes sense. Of course you fucking would.
And Siguro looks at him and Hidemi just thumbs up.
Oh my god.
And he goes, "Or the alabaster." I guess technically you could also you could also hit up the Opal. They might be in port right now.
I missed what this was for. What?
You could also hit up the Opal. They might be in port right now.
Okay. Is that the full name or is that...
That's the full name, just the Opal.
Okay.
get you some money if you go through with this. I can hopefully eliminate one of your obstacles.
Much appreciated.
Ain't gonna be easy.
Well, it'll be better than what we had.
Also ain't gonna be quiet.
Well, as long as it's less collateral than, I mean, I guess a tragedy.
Inoue's not gonna be happy.
She's not. I'll give you a day to
Okay.
do it before I tell her.
Don't worry, we'll apologize to Mommy Dearest.
Please never say those words in front of me again.
Julie's just
It was a little
grins.
awkward.
Out of character, I will remind you that Asuka does look 15. We're all going well. Where day is.
Just, if you need some cash, you can ask. We could probably get you some basic supplies here and there. Can't give you a place, unfortunately. Not at this quick of a turnaround.
Well, if this goes to plan, we will probably not be in the city for very long, or at least we shouldn't keep Othaniel here. We would be long gone.
If the Opal's in town, we might be able to arrange a extra passenger if necessary.
Our best bet, I think taking Othaniel with us on the road is safe.
It will mean they're going out of port, and I don't know how well I'm going to be able to sell that to Ravetta and Inway.
Yeah. That's also fair. That is a problem to work out, assuming we don't royally fuck today up. Oh, that's not the part I'm worried about.
Yeah, you're not going to do community service for this one.
Well, I've got plenty of charges under my belt, and I've kept them in check for quite a while. We'll see what I can do with a couple more.
Hey, Demi's like, wait, you're kidnapping the kid? And Cyril's just like,
does not lose its one.
Julius just kind of shrugs a little bit at him, like, you think I'm gonna leave that thing there?
Demi's like, I'm gonna go before I lose plausible deniability.
Bye-bye.
If you live, sweetheart, come tell me the story.
Right.
And he heads out. And Seguro is just like, I can't believe I'm giving 2 children the permission to go kidnap somebody.
Technically not a child.
And we wouldn't have, well, we probably would have done it with or without your permission, but we just wanted to make sure it was alright first.
He looks a little offended, then he's like, you know what, actually, that's the normal credence, yeah.
Forgiveness over...
At the very least, you're informed, and most parties are informed right now. Not of the entire thing, but the important parties.
Mm-hmm.
One of us will show up to let you know what the hell happens. Right.
If no one shows up in 48 hours, I'm going to assume they're all dead or arrested and bounce.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I can respect that call.
Is there anything else?
think
You
if
think
there's.
there will-
Go ahead, Joe.
Assuming this doesn't all go completely tits up, after the festival, do you think there's a way to arrange for in a way to see Julius?
Depends on how this all goes.
Fair enough.
You get that kid out of here, all bets are off.
All going best case scenario.
All going best case scenario, Walter's dead and it won't fucking matter.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to think if there's something Black Devils related. I'm trying to think now if there's any other questions that we had that need to be answered. Or something with
I mean, one other one I can ask that is Devils related.
What did you want to ask?
A couple of days ago, we had a run-in with a motherfucker with a star. I just know what I'm relaying to one of our companions.
Soshu?
Don't know, didn't get his name.
Crackly spell scar across this part of his face, and he kind of motions in the direction.
Sounds
Kind of
right.
tall.
Yeah, sounds right.
That's Koroba Soshu, or at least that's the name that he operates under. It's a dickhead, but really fucking good with a sword.
I would know that. Just kind of.
Is not exactly one of Nashimura's like deputies, but he's a really good solo agent.
Great.
So that's technically the guy that fucked Julius's whole day up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Name two face.
Nagi. I think actually the last time we were leaving here.
Mm-hmm. And the
Last
person who
one-
just spoke to Ixalia.
While we were leaving here, one of my companions managed to grab him with some. Don't know.
Impressive.
But just slip out before we could get away.
Yeah, I would have put my money on that one.
We had
He's
to try.
fast. He's fast, deadly, and will fuck a bitch up.
Right.
Seemed to take joy in it.
He's
Oh,
real
good.
sadistic.
He's one of those.
Yeah. Didn't end well the last
Right.
time I met with him.
You're still alive to talk about it, so I'd say it actually.
More than a lot of folks that run into his sword can say.
Yeah. That was not a fun experience. Will not repeat it again, in fact. I refuse.
Right. And I actually can't remember the description of people who Ix had run-ins with, so I won't mention them.
Oh, there's something else. My people are hiding a little bit of a, where did he came from the devils, right? That little...
He came from the skulls.
Oh, from the skulls, right.
He came from the skulls, the devils want him.
Okay. Yeah, Julius will mention that little kobold.
So sure it's just already like,
Yeah.
sorry, we don't get involved in that shit. Not unless we have to.
No, I don't mean
We don't-
involved. I was just curious if you knew about it.
No, we don't touch it. We don't touch
No.
We don't touch the organized folks, we don't touch cops, we don't.
No, don't blame you. That shit's fucked up. honestly.
We don't really touch the Ganassi kingdoms either.
Yeah, it's all kind of a jumbled mess, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm. We keep our heads down, mostly.
Mm,
Look out for
Mm-hmm.
smart.
whoever. Yeah, I get that. Now, you have a business to run.
I do.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to ask, so we'll get out of your hair and disappear for a bit.
Asta kind of pulls at the brim of the hat with your permission.
Don't die.
Oh, we have a pretty good
Oh, we
track
don't.
record.
Envoy will be very mad at me if you die here.
Look, I promised Ravetta I wouldn't, and I'm not going to fail her, and I'm not going to fail my mother either. So, death's not an option, it can't have me. Julius is just gonna put the disguise back on.
Yep.
Check out the door,
And
make sure they're not being fucking spied on.
It is quiet up here.
Okay.
Hidemi is long gone.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this, I hear nothing.
I hear nothing, I am not involved. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, literally, smart fucking dude. I love him.
Oh, what a plausible deniability, because what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. He's like, Julius, you fucking...
That fade away meme.
Bye!
Yeah,
We're gonna
Hidemi's
kidnap
like,
the president's kid.
yeah, it's like we're gonna kidnap a fan of Hidemi.
He
Fade away.
fades. I fucking love you, Demi, so much. God damn it.
And you guys can head outside.
On this, in that Julius has gone fucking batshit in the interim time.
You last.
Not gonna lie, Suguro's kind of considering that as a possibility.
God. That kid's fucked up.
Yeah. You guys head outside. Ixalia is still sitting by the fountain, having consumed breakfast. Make me insight checks.
Ooh, insight. Ooh. I want to roll high. Come on, Julius. Roll high for this.
You need me to roll against this?
Are you trying to hide how distressed you are?
I would say so, yes, because there's members of the public around.
Yeah,
Alright, make a
You actually rolled really good.
deception roll a deception check at disadvantage.
Oops. No, not history. Go away. We don't do well with history checks.
Come on, roll bad, please. I beg.
I have a second monitor, so that's why I keep looking up that way.
Oh, yeah!
After you are busy processing everything, Julius, it takes you a second, but as you get closer to Ixalia, something is wrong.
Julius isn't gonna make their, like, approach to Ixalia, like, necessarily noticeable. Make it, like, casual approach, because I don't think we wanted to be very obvious about sticking together.
Mm-hmm. Ixalia, you see them exit the restaurant.
As they're approaching subtly, Ix is gonna be like, yeah, there's no need to be subtle, we've been rumbled. We need to not be here right now.
Alright.
Let's make our daring escape, I guess. What the fuck happened?
I'll meet you back at your place. And Ix is gonna slip into the crowd.
Make a stealth check.
Julius will watch her go for a second.
26.
Just shake.
Are you going back to Julius's place or the tunnel?
Yeah,
Back to
the plan was
Julius's
me.
place.
Oh,
Or wherever we were supposed to meet back with everyone else.
I think it was the tunnel.
Basically
Okay,
gonna get that conversation and then kidnap a child.
Yeah.
Back to the tunnel then.
Yeah, you kind of Exalian like melts into the crowd and is gone in a couple of seconds.
Ixalia also pieces out and fades out.
Homer Simpson's it.
Oh my god.
Separately, the three of you make your way over to the temple where everyone else has been fucking waiting for like 2 hours.
Well,
I'd say
it did
X
take a while for them to clear. So.
Yeah,
Not a
so
dig, to be fair.
probably going to be the last to arrive because they will be super paranoid and
Mhm.
double, triple, quadruple checking that they're not being followed.
make me a perception
To be
check.
fair,
We should probably do that as well, just to make sure
Mhm.
we're not.
yeah, and I would have very much relayed to Juliet.
Oh
Yeah,
my
a natural
god.
one on the perception check.
Ix!
Oh, no. This is fine.
Oh, the rolls.
Aster would have been very to Julius to just be ready for shit to go down.
Yeah. Can we also roll perceptions?
You may also roll perceptions, yes.
Alright, thank
X
you.
is just having a really bad
Oh my
afternoon.
god!
Morning.
The low rolls strike again! Yeah!
Aster, you managed to keep an eye out. It doesn't seem like anyone's following you. Ixalia, you are so rattled that even as you are looking around, you're not really seeing anything. You're so wrapped up in your head and the fear and the concept of being followed that you can't even fully really process information at the level you would like to be processing at. It doesn't appear like anyone's following you. Like, you very much are just seeing new faces all of the time, but you can't process anything.
Yep.
Ixalia probably arrives 15 minutes after Aster and Julius make it. Everyone's sitting in the tunnel.
Eating. Well, actually, no.
Probably having
because
already finished all the street food.
Unless you tell her to stop, Nin's gonna keep on casting Silent Image.
Ah, right. So you poke your head down into the tunnel. Can't see shit. They're not there.
Oh, no.
Julius is just gonna like knock on the tunnel a little.
Nagi's gonna
Oh.
knock back.
Yeah, the four of you can see them through the image, or at least Nin can see them through the image.
Nin's just gonna go like, shh. Just gonna real quick, and she's gonna sneak up behind. Who's she gonna sneak up behind?
Oh my god.
I'll say Julius because I think she knows better than to do it to Ix.
Oh my god.
Roll stealth
And
check.
just
Please
Thank you
fail.
so
It'd be
much for not
so
picking
fucking
X.
funny. Oh.
What's your passive, Julius?
I think it's 11. It's not very good.
Yeah, you're looking down this empty tunnel, and then all of a sudden, Nin is behind you, and
Ah!
like grabs their hands onto your shoulders.
Oh, I'm gonna turn the tables. Can Julius make a reflex to like the smack?
flip this child.
Roll an unarmed attack.
Okay, what is unarmed? It's like
Strength.
D20 plus strength.
Yes.
Oh, mine is +3 somehow. What is that from? Oh, it's Dex. What? No, that I didn't mean to roll that. What the heck? Well, I'll just do the 1d20 plus. What is? No, clear that. Oh, I have nothing in strength. That's fine. That. Oh my god, that's an 18.
I assume that beats
Yeah,
Nin's AC.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Nin take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as Julie just turns around and fucking slaps you across the face, backhand.
Sticks her tongue out at him.
Oh Jesus. Sorry. Why the hell did you sneak up on me?
Thought it would be funny.
What if I had a knife in my hand?
I guess I didn't really think about it. Most people don't just go around stabbing people who sneak up on them.
Julius is gonna reach out and put his hands on the side of their face, just be like, please, be more safe. For God's sakes.
I'll try, I guess.
Little bit of a little like rough hand to the hair, and it'll release you.
She'll just stick her tongue out again and drop the illusion so that...
Fucking kids.
I think we did pretty good.
That was very smart. Good job.
You did.
We got through.
Would you look at that?
Is it like a crawl space, or is there sort of walking room?
There is walking room, and you can see still Snowball kind of like perched on the other side, still keeping an eye out. And a little bit later, Ixalia descends through the tunnel as well. And you are all here.
Okay.
Well, should
So-
we catch the rest of them up then?
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
Alright.
I mean, I feel like you ought to go first because I have nothing but bad news.
Oh, good.
I was wondering why you
Oh,
looked
it's
a
worse
little-
than that.
I was wondering why you looked the way you did when we saw you.
I presume Aster and Julius info dump conversation.
Information.
Well,
Oh, that's a lot.
So if we
So-
go ahead with this plan, it's going to be all bets off. It could be
But they're
any-
not going to stop us from kidnapping Othaniel.
No. In fact, they're going to do what they can to help at the very least.
As long as we
Yeah,
get him
they're
out of town.
They can't
The
guarantee anything.
the stipulation was not even out of town, just keep them safe.
Mhm.
I mean,
To quote Suguro, priority number one is the kid is alive.
Mhm.
yeah, that's...
I hate to
think we can
ask you
manage
guys
that.
to do more for this, but I think you're less caring about my personal everything right now, and you're more like, let's get this kid safe. So I'm not even going to say don't do this with me.
I mean, yeah, because we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it if we don't know with you. Either you're gonna get screwed over, or we're gonna get screwed over. So it's better that we do it as a group.
At least I'm gonna do it.
Nagi nods.
we should get him out of town when we get him out of here. Just, town is not safe.
Yeah, they need to be in a place very far from here. In fact, somewhere maybe Walsh wouldn't even think of.
Read.
I mean,
Well,
we
we're
need to,
Kill what resolve that problem. Anyway.
Well, in case number C or whatever the hell, in case C of cunt is alive, we're out. I
think if
God,
we
I'm gonna have
do
to
deal with
fucking tell
Walsh-
Shin- Oh my God, Shinohara's going to fucking murder me.
oh, you don't
Have you
know
been on
the
a ship
half of
before?
it.
Sounds exciting.
I think Shinohara might have to get in line.
Yeah, a lot of
because-
people will want me dead.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
I've just been blackmailed
It's
into killing you, for the record.
Nice.
Oh.
How did that go? Are you gonna stab me now?
I mean, I told them I'd do it because I didn't want to end up getting shivved in the middle of the courtyard myself.
Oh, great.
But they have my blood, and they were very specific about the fact that there was no escaping the devils unless I kill you. And let's be bluntly honest, I think that's bullshit as much as you do, because I fully expect them to renege on that deal even if I do kill you, so killing you is pointless. Also, Granny would
you're-
disapprove.
You're too valuable for them to let go. If they're taking you on, if they're holding blackmail like that, you're too valuable for for them to let go.
Exactly. They're not gonna let me go. That's not gonna happen. I should have known it wasn't gonna happen. If I was gonna kill you, Julius, I'd have done it by now, because you're a pain in the ass. So,
Hey, the feeling's mutual.
it's good to know. I'm also pretty certain that they saw through your disguise as well.
Well,
He sat there and he tipped his head to the building you were in and gave the eyebrow wiggle and everything as if I should know, and I made him spell it out, but I'm pretty sure they saw through your disguise.
well, not everybody can, I guess, hide from that. It's fine.
I think about the only good thing that came out of this is, as far as I'm aware, they don't know what I actually am capable of, but I'm not even sure of that right now. Today has been shit, for the record.
Reaches out and just gentle shoulder squeeze Ix. Hey. Hey, what do you need before?
What do you know about Nashimura?
I know very little.
Other than the fact that he's in charge of the devils, I assume, in town, and that I really, really want to stab him repeatedly, we might want to
Pull up my notes for what I've got on Nashimura. 1 second. Info, where's info? Fuck, that's not the right one. Miscellaneous Horitari knowledge, where? Right. So basically, Nashimura is the lieutenant and head of the Horitari operations, along with a bunch of second lieutenants. He's not extremely high up on the order, but he has quite a few underlings under him. Takes orders from somebody, I don't fucking know who.
It might not be a massive stretch to assume he's working with Walsh.
Could be. I mean...
Or has some sort of cooperative agreement with Walsh, or is happy for Walsh to be in charge because it distracts from his shit. I don't know. He really wants to be dead, though.
I don't fucking... I mean, it
You
would
would know,
make sense.
Ixalia, you would know that if he's being called lieutenant, he either directly reports to or is one step away from one of the major generals.
Okay.
Which I will give you. You would know the general for the southern portion of the continent. That she is referred to as Mal'aka, which is Mao is sort of the term used to denote general. And then Aka, I think, is red. So the red general. You don't know her name.
Yep. No, that's cool. I mean... Like I said, I don't trust them to keep their word. And they really want you dead, Julius.
Did they give a deadline?
No.
4 days. They said before Walsh got back to town.
Oh, I think you're frozen, Amy?
I think so, yeah.
Oh no! Amy, come back! No!
Return to us.
Come back to the soup store!
Good.
Forgot that's what it was called.
It was...
Oh, you're robotic. Oh,
I think she's still catching up.
Okay.
Aka does need red Japanese.
Oh, come on.
For reference, I'm going to type this on my phone because it will let me have special characters better.
Yeah, it's easier to do that on the phone. I wish it was an easier way on keyboard, but... Yeah.
While Amy unfreezes, I'm gonna pee real fast.
Okay, I might actually do that too.
A quick bio break for anybody.
This here. Excuse me.
Oh, since we did get a long rest, I can change my spells, which means I can eat sending. No, that is not what I was hoping it was. No, you know what? Oh, okay, Asta already had that.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Return, hello.
Fucking bastard thing was doing this all freaking morning.
Oh, I forgot my phone in the
Internet
bathroom.
drops
Give me one
downstairs.
second.
I have a... Oh, and now it's doing it again. I have a... Hang on.
It's okay, take what time you need.
It's fine. No, I have a booster to give me Wi-Fi better Wi-Fi signal upstairs, and every time the internet drops, it sends it into a meltdown spiral.
Hello?
So just everything dry.
Did we
tie
end?
itself.
Not yet, no.
Not yet? Okay. I
So
don't
Everyone
know
is
what-
in the tunnel.
Okay, we're
Yep.
all in the tunnel.
You have received information. The Marble Hand, which is kind of still a union for bards, is helping out Inway and Rivetta keep Othaniel alive as a favor to presumably Julius's biofather, who was a member. Suguro, who is the person you talked to, has given you permission to go ahead with the kidnapping.
kidnapping Alk
Because
is a go.
their plan to keep Othaniel safe just fell through.
L.
And so they're kind of like, fuck it! Do it!
Fine.
Well, the plan's already screwed, so sure.
That's
I will
alright.
give these two chocolate fuck children a wrench and let them throw it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's already one wrench in the plan. Why don't put two there? See what happens. Maybe an extra
And-
cog will help it.
Alex has received this information, as well as the information that Exalia has been blackmailed by the devils to assassinate Julius.
Some. Well,
Doing great.
It's having a real bad day.
Hey,
Whoop.
at least.
no, I just said whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Julius at least figured out the name of his dad, so that's great. There's one plus. I don't know who the fuck he is though. Was he part of the Marble Hand? I don't know. Was he just the
It's more than you had this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Ixalia, before we go forward, it'd help if I do. There's a magical thing I can do that can mute panic for the moment, and you can deal with it later. Would that help you?
I mean, I'm still here. I'm still here. So, thank you, but I'm good for the moment.
Okay. He does
Um,
reach out and just a little bit of a
We are.
sort of arm squeeze.
I mean, my concern is they have my blood, and I don't know what else they could use that for. And I don't want them to be able to use me at all, let alone against you. So,
From what I know about tracking spells, blood, the blood wants to go. A small thing wants to go back to where it came. It doesn't want to. It can't exert control. Don't quote me on that. I'm not. That's not the kind of shit we fuck with. But best case is it can locate you, which is not good, but it's better than it could be.
I mean, Walsh is due back in what, 4 or 5 days, give or take? Before the festival, anyway.
Possibly about 3.5, because he's getting back the night before.
That's the deadline. So, I mean, the options are we try and fake Julius's death, or we just accept that beyond that point, and possibly even up to that point, I'm a liability if they can track me.
We deal with today, and then we figure it out,
Because,
okay?
you know,
Plenty of other people after us at this point where we will. What's one more?
I don't like the idea that they can track us, because if they can track us, they can track Julius. So should I say if they can track me, they can track Gothaniel. It's just something
We
to
are
be
dealing
aware
with
of.
that. We are dealing with that. Again, worst case scenario, I appeal with the shepherd, with the shepherd's temple, the sanctuary for a fan. Okay, that is the worst case.
Okay. Oh, I made my eyes water.
If we reach that case, you do not come with me. Okay?
To be honest, if it reaches that case, the best option might be that I lead them as far away from you all as I can, as quick as I can, and just hope for the best.
I can give you some suggestions of locations if you don't want to stay with us.
That is tomorrow's problem.
Not
Okay?
that.
X.
Okay.
This is tomorrow's problem. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for the warning.
Okay.
Right.
I'm sorry it's come to this, Ixalia.
I mean, you know, you trust people, you think you know who they are, and well, it won't be the first time it came back to bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
But okay, tomorrow's problem. But I do think Nashimura is something we're gonna have to deal with.
Yep.
In
At the
time.
very least, I really want to know how many vials of my blood they have.
Maybe one day we'll become insanely powerful and destroy it all, you know? Just for shits and giggles. Julius is obviously joking.
This is my first trip to Haratari. So, you know. Someone sent my blood.
Right, so.
We'll see.
Should we start with Snowball to go ahead to scout a bit further now that we can keep pace?
Snowball will. Irene reports back that Snowball doesn't see anything.
Um. Right. Okay.
I guess we should get prepared for anything right now. Hide if we can.
Nin, how far away do you have to be for that illusion to work? How close to this do you have to be for that illusion to stay on?
Let me actually check the language of the spell.
Nimmer, sorry. I was say Nimmer because we don't actually have Nin yet.
Someday.
Mm-hmm.
Range is 60 feet. And
And it's concentration, isn't it?
it's concentration. I don't know. I think I have to be 60 feet to cast it. I
Yeah,
don't know
but I
if it
don't
can
know if you
stay up.
there is maintain concentration.
I will allow you to maintain concentration. If you leave that range, you will have to make me a concentration check.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, I definitely have to be within 60 feet. I can be like 60 feet away, I think. That's the farthest I've ever been able to do it.
Okay. Do you mind testing me while we go down that? If you can cover the entrance the way you did when we approached?
Yeah,
And
it
see
only
if you-
lasts 10 minutes,
ahead.
but
10 minutes is 10 minutes. 10 minutes buys us time that we might not otherwise have.
okay,
Okay?
I can do
Thank
that.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And Aster's gonna summon up light on.
So the illusion goes up. And where are you putting the light spell? Sorry.
He's probably putting it on, probably the half of his axe, because I think he's gonna be, near the middle of the pack for the moment.
So, and the light flares out, casting long shadows down this hallway and the entrance in front of you. What is your marching order?
Don't like that question.
Nagi will be up front.
Julius
Okay.
somewhere in the middle.
As you pass, Nagi, as you pass, Aster gently taps you, and is gonna cast Enhance ability Dex on you. So it's gonna cast Enhance, Cat's going. So you have advantage on stealth. You have advantage on dexterity checks.
She'll just nod at that.
Aster in the middle.
I'm gonna drag tokens onto the thing so I know what the ones. Nagi. Aster's in the middle. Why are you so much bigger, Nagi?
Lord, she has to be.
Big.
Nagi.
What's the order for everybody else? Julius said somewhere in the middle?
Yeah.
Nin probably shouldn't be in the rear. She has shit perception. She'll also be in the middle somewhere.
Irene will stick more toward. Oh,
I would say Nin probably ahead of Aster Julius.
okay. Irene will also pick towards the front so that way she can have Snowball out as far as possible and be able to
Which
see.
means we've got Alex and X at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the furthest back, Alex or Ix?
Alex.
Okay. There we go.
We should wait for Amy to get back, though.
I don't think Amy's going to be able to come back.
Oh, is it pumpkin time for her?
My internet is not having it right now.
Oh, yeah.
the light from Aster's axe spreads across the tunnel floor and casts weird, jagged shadows where it hits the sides of the tunnel. And the rocks there sort of create odd shapes that dance and shift as we all sort of walk through the tunnel. The tunnel is 20, 30 feet deep, as was the cave-in. And it's kind of a cool moment, actually, with it just being carved out so expertly with Nagi's abilities. It very much rivals pretty much any stonework, any great stonework any of you have ever seen. Nagi, as you step forward through the tunnel, you have your goggles of dark vision, and Aster's light spell reflects past your shoulders and in somewhat farther down the tunnel. Enough that you just catch a glint out of the corner of your eye as you put your foot down on the other side of the tunnel, as it reflects off of a little silver marking on the ground that you didn't notice until now.
Shit.
That Sparks catches. For a split second, you can all see the glyph on the ground before it explodes.
Ah,
Oh,
fuck.
Jesus.
Of course they fucking glyphed it.
Should
Yeah.
have expected that.
Can
Oh,
that
yay.
can it be counterspelled or dispelled?
I mean, you didn't know it was right here until it went off.
Yeah.
If you're going to, do you have counterspell?
Irene has counterspell. Asta has.
I am going to say. I'm going to say no. Counterspell has to be cast as the opposing spell is being cast, and the glyph had already been there for quite some time.
And I didn't have enough warning to spell it before it did.
Yeah.
There.
So, Nagi, Irene, Nin, and Julius, please make me a dexterity saving throw. I will roll one for Irene.
Does that mean Snowball has to make one as well?
Rolled so low.
Snowball is a decent way out.
Oh my
We're all
fucking
kill rolled so
God.
low.
No, we're gonna die!
Literally
This is
all,
fine.
Oh,
literally
yeah.
all of you failed.
Of course. God damn it.
Okay.
Wait, Julius has the thingy thing that he can do on saves. What is it?
He can.
yeah.
Favored by the god.
Yeah.
Nagi, also, you had advantage on that.
2d4.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Let's see.
Due to Cat's Grace.
Nope.
No, but it was worth the roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my fucking God!
That doesn't pull you over.
Does a 10?
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Unfortunate.
His
I'm
rolls
still-
today, holy shit.
I need to find some d6s. Hold on.
Oh my
Don't-
God, his
Oh,
rolls
no.
Oh no, I need to
today.
find d8s. I lied.
Oh my God.
Oh, even worse. Okay. This is fine.
I'm gonna cry. Oh, his
It's a
rolls.
20-foot radius, so. Alright.
Gonna cry.
Alright, that is going to be, to all of you, 27 points of lightning
Oh,
damage.
Jesus. Okay.
What
Good
kind of
start.
damage?
Lightning damage, yes.
What kind of damage?
Lightning.
Cry.
Okay, this is fine.
am
Oh, I have counterspell. Forgot about
very
that.
low health now.
Me too.
So is Irene.
How
And in the next second, as your ears are all ringing, Irene, as she's recovering, she's like, "Snowball, just," and then from the bit of the tunnel, running, seemingly as fast as he can, emerges a dark coated black tabaxi in leather armor, hand on the hilt of his sword. Um, his eyes kind of glinting in the dim light of Aster's Aster's light spell. Naoki skids to a halt in front of you, his claws kind of dragging a little in the dirt as he pulls himself to a stop. And he looks at all of you, his eyes scanning the group. 27.
Thank you.
We want to help.
Then just, you go to speak Aster, and then just as you think he is about to move or do something, you see his hand over his sword relax, and he pulls it back. And he's like, "You should have given me 3 more minutes. Suguro called, said you're here to help." And I'm gonna end session there.
Yeah, we were right about the
Oh my
tabaxi
God.
being good. Yes. Excellent.
Oh god.
Oh. Of course, now we took fucking damage because of that. Great. But yay! Okay, that sucks a little. I'm gonna stop recording. Jesus Christ.